everyone, welcome to Dorothy's Kitchen and Garden channel. In this video guys, I'm going to be doing another one of my cooking videos, but just to let you know guys, I have started my workout, so my cooking is going to be very simple. Rather, I'm adapting to healthy eating now. Anyway, I've always been eating healthy, but I think I'm going to go more leaner so that I can see results. Now guys, as you can remember, I do have my little garden on the balcony, and I'm always using my own spring onions that I planted. Just to let you know guys, if you can have a look at this onion, when I just cut it, it was oozing gel. Guys, listen, I'm planting in containers, in pots. Nothing is difficult, you know, and I never bought any seeds from the store. I only use store-bought vegetables to plant, and they have been very successful because I was consistent and I had faith as well. So just to let you know that you can also be harvesting your spring onions, and hopefully that you're going to do so. And if you want to watch any of my planting videos, it is in this channel, so just go down on my videos on my playlist for the garden, and you'll be able to watch what I've been planting. I have planted spring onions, plum tomatoes, ginger, potatoes, parsley, lettuce, cabbage, chilies, just on a very tiny balcony guys. I'm telling you friends, if you can just start planting even in the corner of your house. I begin by actually putting the vegetables here on the windowsill in the kitchen. So I put in the water like this. You see, this is not bought vegetable. Oof, it's dry. I need to change. You have to keep changing the water guys. To be honest, I've been so busy with other things, I forgot to refill this and change the water. So I have filled in the water. So this is what you do. Oh, look at that. Look at me, I'm flooding everywhere. So that's what you do. You when you buy your cabbage from the store, you just cut the bit that you're eating, and then you leave the bottom bit and you place in the water in a glass jar, whatever container that you have, and then you're going to place it somewhere maybe where there's at least some sunlight but not direct. And then what is going to happen is it's going to start beginning to get new leaves and roots. Then after, you can now get the soil in a pot or in a garden if you have space, and then you plant. And even if you have a garden and maybe you don't have enough experience to buy seeds and plant, this is a very good way to start your planting. That's how I began, because I don't know much about gardening, but now I've been learning as I move forward because I had nothing to lose. It was all a win-win guys. This is how I started planting my own vegetables, okay, just like this here. So now I'm going to place this back in this glass jar, and I'm hoping that the roots are going to come out. Then I have to watch out because I think I kind of abandoned this because most of my plants are now growing, and I'm not so keen on this one. So I'll place it back on the kitchen windowsill. So I just wanted to show that to you very quickly, so that you can also see what I'm doing, and so that you can plant your own vegetables and be harvesting your own vegetables like me, little herbs and onions, just like what I've done. Okay, right. So now, without much further ado, I'm going to wash my spring onions, and of course, what I'm cooking today, I'm cooking buckwheat grains, okay? Buckwheat coarse grains. I'm going to boil this because I have already prepared my lamb. You might not be able to see my face now, but no, never mind. So I'm going to cook my lamb, and today is Sunday, and I made a roast lamb earlier. As you can see, it's all done. So I'm going to very quickly then make my vegetables and do some buckwheat grains to boil to eat with it. And then I'm going to, of course, make a cabbage because I want to have some cabbage on the side. And then now, this is what we're going to be having for lunch today. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, I like taking this juice that is in here to make the gravy. And I'm going to show you how I do it. So with my little skillet rinsed, I'm going to take the juices that are in this lamb. I'm going to get those little juices, and I'm going to put them in the skillet. Why? Because I'm going to make some nice gravy with this. Nice gravy. Okay? Right. I'm going to put this back in the oven. Right. And this one, I'm going to just cover it up because it's a hot season. I'm going to make the gravy. So I'm going to begin by boiling my bulgur wheat on this little pot here, this earthenware pot, before I come to do the vegetables, and so that we can continue. So while this is cooking, then I'm going to do the rest. Guys, I no longer use this bottle, so I'm storing my little greens here because they're very tiny. Last time I poured them all over the place in my cupboard, so I learned a lesson. I don't have any other storage bottle, so this, look, see how this is good. You just pour it so neatly. How useful this bottle is. Okay, so I'm going to cook 2 cups of this bulgur wheat. In that pot. I'm going to measure 4 cups of water. So today, guys, I decided to cook with you so that we can cook this together. And I'm going to put some salt and my bulgur wheat. So just to let you know that I have rinsed the bulgur wheat and then put it back in here. It's a very hot day today. I'm sweating. Right. So I'm just going to quickly chop my spring onions. So I'm going to now do my onions and my garlic. So I'm going to reduce the heat for this bulgur wheat. Then I'm going to just let it cook a little bit, and then I'm going to simmer it, okay, so that it doesn't mess the oven. Now time to chop the onions. Then I'm going to chop my garlic. I said this is very quick cooking while you can see, so I'm going to cover now the bulgur wheat. Next, guys, I'm going to be doing my cabbage, and I have 2 chilies, 1 green chili from Kenya and 1 Indian chili. Alright, so I'm going to be steaming my cabbage, so I'm not going to fry my cabbage. So these other ingredients are for the bulgur wheat, to mix with the bulgur wheat. You just keep watching. Having washed, I have washed my chilies, so it's time to chop. Now, I can just close this because it's going to just simmer. And I'm defrosting my frozen vegetables because I said it's a quick meal. So I'm going to be prepping very quick meals that anybody can do. Excuse me. So friends, this is my kombucha. I make it myself. So I just usually get a little bit like that. Add a little bit of juice, whatever juice that I have. So these are the frozen veggies. Just a little. I don't need much. And cheers for the kombucha. Oh, so refreshing. Oh, yes. So guys, I'm going to be putting some olive oil infused with garlic, and I'll be mixing it with some olive oil infused with chili. This is the only place I'm going to be using the oil, because remember the lamb has its own oil, and I'm going to make sure that I just put a little bit, because right now I've started working out, so I'm going to be very mindful about the amount of oil that I put in my food. Without much further ado, I'm going to begin. Okay. As you can see. So I'm going to boil water for my cabbage. And now here, I can put some salt in here. You can see the onions are sticking because it's very little oil. You can put some salt. Then I'm going to put my garlic. I forgot you, my darling. I forgot you. Yeah. Let me know from the comments below. Well, we're trying to lose weight, but I think I was so mean on the oil, so I'm going to just put a little bit of chili oil, garlic oil infused with chili, just a little bit more, so that the onions can cook properly, not much. Then now I can put my vegetables. ingredients I'm cooking with you in my kitchen as while you're watching me cook. For the cabbage, so I'm going to put the salt, the cabbage quickly. And this one, this is done already. Oh. Going to be one hot meal on a hot day. Ooh la la. Let me see that here. Spice time, my favorite moment. So I'm going to do the all-purpose seasoning. Just put a little bit in there. Then I'm going to of course put the rainbow pepper meal. Done now here, friends. This is done. So I'm going to put the spring onions. Yeah. This is very well cooked, friends. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put this very little water there, very little, just so that, just like that, you know, not much. I'm going to put some paprika, also like a little bit of color in my food. And now it's time to put my Bulgar Wheat, friends. Switch this off. I'm serving 2 masters right now. You can see. Oh, that's my quick meal. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, tasty. Ooh la la. Now, time to check the cabbage. I don't want it overcooked. I just want it very crunchy. It's done. Switch that off and see. Oops, save it. So, I'm about to go with here. Instead of rice, you use Bulgar Wheat grains. They're much more healthier. All right, Bulgar Wheat. Remember this cabbage. So this cabbage, we have some water in there. I'm going to use this water to make the gravy. Okay. So I'm going to put this water here for the gravy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch this on here. In here is the gravy for the lamb, so I'm going to make the gravy, and I'll be using the roast. Friends, my phone's memory was full, so it cut this bit when I was preparing the gravy. Now, just to let you know, remember the juices for the lamb? Okay, the juices for the lamb are the ones that I have used together with this bistro gravy granules to make this gravy here that's already made. So I put the water from the cabbage. Remember, I took the water that I drained from the cabbage, okay, and then together with the juices from the lamb, and then I made a gravy using the gravy granules. Now, after picking up the lamb, you know, from the oven so that I can cut it ready to eat, I have decided to also get these other extra juices. So I put a little bit of water so that we have enough gravy. So this is the gravy, you can see. I don't know if you can see from there. So So guys, that's the gravy there. Already, very ready, rich. It has the lamb juices there. It has the cabbage, juice there, and it is made ready to go. I'm just going to warm it just slightly. That's a very good meal when you're dieting. Okay, and it's quick. So once again, let's have some kombucha to eat with the meal. Why not? I've done a lot of cooking in this heat. I deserve a little bit of kombucha. So to get just a little bit of cranberry juice. Right, perfect. Okay, guys, let's taste. Shall we? Let's taste. We begin with tasting the meat first. Oh yes. Look at that. With the gravy. You see from there, guys? Wow. That lamb is tasty. That lamb is super tasty. Soft. It was a nice piece of meat. Wow. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Right. Oh my goodness. Now let's taste the Bulgar Wheat. Not forgetting that it's hot. It has hot chilies. But at the moment of tasting, and of course the cabbage, just boiled simply. Forgive me for my clumsy cooking today, guys, because I'm not used to being in the video, because there's a way I set my phone, because I do not have an extra camera. And so today I decided, let me just do a quick healthy meal while you watch. And by so doing, I have compromised the position of the video. But now, guys, this food has come out so nice. Oh. It's about getting the food cooked very healthy. Oh, this Bulgar Wheat, guys, you should just listen, go for Bulgar Wheat instead of rice. That cabbage. Wait. Oh, let's now rinse down with the kombucha. Cheers. Cheers, guys. Oh my goodness, what a nice Sunday. That is what we call a Sunday roast, my people. Everything is amazing. That food was lovely. It was amazing. I was so all over the place because I do not have proper cameras. I'm only using my phone camera, so I do not have other cameras to set on the side. So this is the first time I've done a cooking video from my phone, and because I'm not used to it, and because I have to keep changing and moving, it was a bit awkward and clumsy for me. I found it super hard, but then I managed to pull a very nice meal. It's really super delicious, guys, and you have seen that I have made a very lean meal. Okay, I put my lamb to cook in the morning. It was a bit cold, of course, just warm, but it was tender, lovely cooked, nice. And I boiled my cabbage instead of frying. And then, of course, you've seen how I've done my Bulgar Wheat grains, guys. And of course, my homemade kombucha. That was lovely. That was lovely. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so that you can see, support me in this journey. And also so that you can see how I'm making meals that are good for, for the weight loss. And because I'm going to be now documenting what I eat as I work out, because I do believe that working out goes together with the diet. And I'm drinking lots of water because if you have noticed, I do have challenges with my skin, especially the skin on my face. The rest of my skin is super smooth, but my neck and my skin, I do have a long-term acne. So I'm drinking quite lots of water at the moment. And yeah, I think now going into this clean cut diet, drinking lots of water and exercising is going to help me a whole lot. If you have enjoyed this cooking, even though it has not been the best demo, let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you're going to try it. Just lamb, cabbage, and Bulgar Wheat. You've seen every step what I've cooked. I'm going to leave the ingredients down below. Okay, thank you so much then. Before we go, let me see my kombucha. I make this kombucha, by the way, in my house. Guys, I'll show you what it is. This is the kombucha. Yeah. You're blessed, okay? Bye.